So my garden may not be much, but check out what I did.
I grew some onions. And some look pretty good. Some don't look so good. They're all small, but
They are all mine. So let's talk about the onions for a minute, shall we? I planted those in. I really wish I could tell you. I'm fairly certain I planted those at the end of March. So, could I have left them in longer? Yeah, probably. But I was not seeing any growth in them for quite a while. I really think it's just way too hot outside for them right now. So I'm going to give it a try again in August sometime, probably, let's see, August, September, October, November. If I plant them mid-August, or even by the end of August, um, I should see some good growth out of them. So that'll give me 4 months. At least according to the ones I planted before, is how long it takes to germinate. I've never done it before. I have no idea. I don't know. But, you know, that'll give me 4 months, which means I can take them out right around Thanksgiving, and that'll be perfect. Because it does not start getting really cold here, usually, until January. I can usually get a fairly decent growing season at least until December, mid-December. But you never know what's going to happen with the weather. You never know how it's going to want to treat us. So I'm just going to hope for the best and plant them mid to late August. Preferably mid, because I will be going out of town for a week. Not the last week in August, but the week before. So I gotta just make sure I get them planted before then. But the onions are tiny, and I'm okay with that because it was the first time I had ever grown them, and frankly, I got better results than I expected. You're supposed to plant them approximately 3 inches apart, I think, 3 to 5 inches. I did not do that. Not at all. The containers that I planted them in were far too small to be able to do that. If I was going to plant them 3 to 5 inches apart, it would have taken me 10 to 15 containers to get them all planted. So I'm good with the results that I had. In the meantime, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with the containers that they were in. We're getting close to the point where I can start planting fall stuff, but we're not quite there yet. I think, at least in the big one, I'm just going to put in some basil plants, and I think that'll be a permanent home for basil. I have made the decision that I'm going to get some birdie beds, some of the tall ones. Actually, I'm going to get both. I'm going to get the tall ones and the short ones. My main reason for that is I have a very limited garden space, and so if I do both, my intention is to be able to have one behind the other so that I can kind of stagger and double my planting area. And when I get those birdie beds, I'm going to plant more onions, And then I'm going to plant some cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower, because those are all things that I use a lot and would love, love, love to just be able to come outside and pick them when they're ready and eat them fresh. So those are my plans for the time being. Oh, update on the hornworms. Haven't seen any more since I sprayed the BTs yesterday. Was that yesterday? Was that yesterday or the day before? I honestly have no idea. Either way, no more hornworms, which is great. My tomato experiment is doing well, but I think it could be better. This year has definitely been an amazing learning opportunity for me, and we'll cover some of the things I learned soon. In the meantime, I can't wait to get those birdie beds. I've really wanted to get some of those for that picture quality is terrible. So here we are. It's about 8:30, 8:45, something like that. 108 degrees out right now. Ugh. But there's a nice wind that makes me feel like I'm sitting in an oven. So that's good. And cheers. I've got my sparkling lemon water here. So really the heat isn't actually bothering me that much. Now, if the sun was out right now, I would not be thrilled. But honestly, this has been a ridiculously mild summer for us. So I will take it. Anyway, sorry about getting sidetracked there. So I apologize for the bad picture. Apparently my phone is overheating, so I'm not going to be able to continue this too much longer. But I am really excited about getting those birdie beds. It's probably 3 weeks away. But when I get those, I'll show them to you guys. And I'm going to try to get that basil planted tomorrow. I don't see why that shouldn't be able to happen. Get my basil planted tomorrow so that in a few weeks I'll be able to make some pesto. And I'll take you guys along for that journey as well. Have a great night. Bye.